In the unforgiving steppes of Mongolia, sometime around 1162, a boy named Temüjin was born into the Borjigin clan. His father Yasuge was a respected tribal leader. His mother Hoan was a strong and resourceful woman. From birth, Temüjin was said to have been clutching a blood clot in his fist, a Mongolian omen of future greatness. But greatness rarely comes without struggle. At the age of 9, Temüjin's father was poisoned by a rival tribe, the Tatars. Without their leader, the family was abandoned by their clan and left to fend for themselves. Hunger, cold, and danger became their daily reality. Temüjin learned to hunt, fish, and fight for survival, skills that would shape his destiny, early hardships and resilience. One of the most defining moments of his youth came when a rival clan captured him. They placed a heavy wooden collar around his neck and enslaved him. Most boys would have given up hope, but not Temüjin. With the help of a kind-hearted guard, he escaped under the cover of night, vowing never again to be powerless. These early years taught him two things: the cruelty of tribal politics and the value of loyalty. Unlike other tribal leaders of his time, Temüjin rewarded his followers based on merit, not family ties. This revolutionary approach drew people from many clans to his side. Uniting the Mongol tribes by his late teens, Temüjin began forging alliances, starting with Togrul, the Khan of the Karaites. Together, they defeated rival tribes, including the powerful Merkits. Temüjin also rekindled an alliance with his childhood friend Jamuka, though their friendship would later turn into bitter rivalry. In 1187, Temüjin was declared Khan by his followers, but power invited enemies. Jamuka, feeling betrayed, gathered 30,000 warriors and defeated Temüjin's smaller army. Many of Temüjin's men were brutally executed. This loss could have ended his ambitions, yet it only made him more determined. The birth of Genghis Khan. Over the next 2 decades, Temüjin rebuilt his forces with ruthless efficiency. He abolished the old system of tribal aristocracy, promoted soldiers based on loyalty and skill, and implemented strict discipline. In 1206, after years of war, he united the Mongol tribes under one banner. At a grand assembly called the Kurultai, Temüjin was proclaimed Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. Conquests and empire-building, Genghis Khan wasted no time expanding beyond Mongolia. His first major target was the Western Xia dynasty of China, which he defeated in 1209. Then came the mighty Jin dynasty, whose capital Zhengdu, modern-day Beijing, fell after a long siege. In the west, he turned his attention to the Khwarezm Empire. After a trade dispute led to the execution of his envoys, Genghis responded with unmatched fury, destroying city after city, Samarkand, Bukhara, and many more, leaving a trail of conquest that stunned the Islamic world. By the time of his death in 1227, Genghis Khan's empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea, the largest contiguous land empire in history. The legacy of Genghis Khan was more than a conqueror. He established a code of laws known as the Yasa, promoted religious tolerance, created an efficient communication system using mounted couriers, and opened vast trade routes along the Silk Road. Of course, his campaigns were also marked by brutal massacres, widespread destruction, and fear. But his ability to unite disparate peoples and build a lasting empire remains unmatched in world history. His exact burial place remains a mystery. Hidden somewhere in the Mongolian wilderness, a fitting end for a man who reshaped the world and whose bloodline would dominate Asia for centuries. Subscribe to Historical Story YT for more epic tales of history's most legendary figures. In our next episode, we'll explore how Genghis Khan's heirs expanded the empire even further.